All right. So we are recording. And our team call tonight, it's me hosting this thing. Dan McMirovich. I am a Diamond beach body coach that I am. I've been doing this for about 3 years now. And I'm on the cusp of a couple. There's some things that are happening, which I'm very excited about. So have some very motivated coaches under me right now, which is very exciting. So I can't share the news yet, but eventually I will, which is pretty cool. I want to shout out to the new coaches on the line. We got some new coaches. If you are, so if you're a new coach, I'm going to unmute y'all for just a second, and I want you, if you're a new coach, just shout out. Whoop, whoop.
No, it's whoop,
whoop. Oh, we got one new.
Weird.
Whoop, whoop. Who else we got?
I'm like.
Oh yes, very good. Deb Spratt, I would call you still a whoop whoop.
Came home, we got
whoop whoop.
There we go. Amy.
Whoop, whoop. I know, but then there
we go. We got 3. I know we got 3 new of y'all
here,
so that's great. Y'all again. Hold on one second.
Good. How was class?
Good stuff. So new coaches, welcome. This is the Go Team, and we are just so happy that you're part of us. Initially, a lot of stuff can be overwhelming. We want to help provide clarity, and we're going to do that hopefully today a little bit more. Our mission, as every time, is, and I don't mean to be redundant about this, but I will always probably talk about some degree of this, but we are here to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. That is Beachbody's mission. Carl Deichler started it back in the day, and we're not changing it. It's going to be our mission because we really want to see people achieve their goals. And as we do that and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life, then we can ultimately then also make ourselves achieve our goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. So as we help people do that, we do the same thing. As the Go Team, we are equipping busy coaches with the essentials to build thriving businesses that help people achieve their goals and live healthy and fulfilling lives. So that idea, we're going to equip tonight. Tonight, you're going to experience more about our system and our process. Here's the thing. I've been hearing from several of you that you are enjoying the value that you're getting from our team calls, which is great. Now you're also asking, and because of the specific thing, well, actually, I'll get to that in just a second, the specific title of tonight. But first, we've got a chat shout out. Say it, chat shout out. Come on, bring it now. Chat shout out. Gonna dance it now. So we got a chat shout out. Again, I don't have theme music. Jason, totally slacking on this. I've got to get chat shout out music. We've got to have our little theme song. It's kind of like, I want to have Roots from Jimmy Fallon. You guys know Roots, the guy with the big afro hair playing the drums. Oh man, I want to have a good, cool chat shout out theme song. Jason, work on it for next week. All right, so your one word why. I want everybody in the chat. Everybody. This is an all skate, as they say. So remember we're back in like junior high. It's an all skate. I want you to type into the chat a one-word why. Would you please do that? A one-word why you are coaching. Why you are a Beachbody coach. One word. Jason says freedom. Lindsay, what do you got? Inspire. Leadership. Inspire. Love, says TJ. Educate. What else we got? Deb Spratt, what you got? Claire Shelley, what you got? Still waiting. I'm going to put on Jeopardy theme music. What do you got? One word. I got one word. Let's see. Wait, where is it? I type right here. So Deb Spratt. Yeah, escape. Lindsay, nice. I love it. So Deb Spratt, this is one word for you. Mitro. Bottom. I know. She loves her some Melanie Mitro. I'm just hassling you. Anyway, Melanie Mitro, our top coach from the whole network, which is great. Sheila, you got anything for me, girl? Sheila or Claire? All right. All good. All right. So, guys, one word why. And for me, guys, it's all about, I would say, really value. I want to be, like right now I'm thinking about just adding value. If I add value, I like build a whole, we just end up bringing a whole lot along with that. So if I add value, I get value. It's really, really, really great. Okay. One word why. The chat shout out. Chat shout out. Okay. Moving right along. Jason, work on that. Seriously, dude. That's so bad. You got to get us something. This week, we talked about it. I just signed a coach. Now what? Have you ever been there? Seriously. And I would say this, guys. I've been there in the past, and especially as a newer coach. It was like, okay, I'm all excited. I got my, especially, initially when you're doing your thing, and you finally get that first coach, right? Your very first one. And maybe they're even somewhat motivated. They're not just a quote unquote discount coach. They're not a paper coach. They're actually wanting to go through this. And you're like, I think you like look in the back office. I think there's this training thing, and go in there and look there at the Coach Training Academy. And if y'all have ever been in the Coach Training Academy, there's definitely some good stuff in there. I'm not knocking it, and it's gotten a lot better. When I started 3 years ago, guys, just seriously, it was like abysmal. Jason, if you remember this back in the day, there was like stuff in there, and it was so long and hard to dig through, and it wasn't clear.
Yeah, Dan, there are some coaches that I sent in there and I've never seen again. I think
you sent them in and sent us party back in. The black hole of training. Nice. And so we decided we're not trying to necessarily improve on that. We're certainly taking elements of this coach process, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as we move forward here. But the idea is we want it to be very simple, and we want it to be very consistent. So some of us, we have new coaches that are part of our network, which I'm very, very excited for. And I want this to be, and Jason wants this to be, and Stacy wants this to be, a team, and all of you, I think, want this to be a team where we can confidently send a new coach that they can assimilate into the team very comfortably, and then they know what the next steps are, okay? So if we've got all of those things going for us, I think we're going to be in great, great shape. But if we don't have clarity and a good degree of consistency, then we're going to be in trouble, okay? Actually, I don't even have my video on here. I'm just going to – can you see me now?
there you are.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like talking at the camera. But anyway, so the idea is we want you to be, with confidence, be able to send somebody in there instead of, like Jason said, send them to the black hole of, good luck, kid. I hope you do well. I tried my best. Whatever, okay? Look at that. So TJ just said, just signed my third coach in 2 weeks, an hour ago, so need this. That's really great. TJ's pretty close to diamond, y'all, which is going to be great. I'm very, very excited for him. So that's awesome. Congrats, TJ. All right, so let's take a look. Our process, I want 2 words to be, and actually probably consistent would be probably the better word, but simple and consistent. So if we are able to have a very good sense that it is simple and understandable particularly from this vantage point, and we're going to hit this beat it like a dead horse, just so y'all know. You'll absolutely be going, like, you'll be able to state the whole process to any new coach who comes in, because we're going to beat this so bad in the next coming weeks. You'll go, really, Dan? And I'll go, yes, that's what we're going to do. Because we want to keep it simple and we want to keep it consistent. And if we keep adding new doohickeys and new whiz-bang kind of fun stuff that go, hey, look at this fun stuff over here, this really great thing, and not keep it part of the simple thing, then we've done a disservice to you as busy coaches. You got me? That's what we're doing. We want to deliver this clearly to you. So we're going to start real quickly as an overview from the past, because we've just gone over this process a bit, and then we'll work into the coach process. So customer process very quickly. You start with free challenges. And side note, we'll be having a free challenge that begins on, as you saw, we'll see this from, I'll show you in a window in just a second. But our dates are always going to be posted at the top of the Go Team Coach Club in that banner. So each month, you're going to see what those dates are. So free challenge is now going to be on April 13th. We have a value webinar. We're calling it a value add or value webinar, which basically is adding value to those people in that free challenge group and inviting them to take a next step into a paid challenge, okay, within that webinar. That, for this month, is going to be April 16th, and I'll show you all these dates in a second. Then that paid challenge begins, I believe it's on the 27th, which is going to be that Monday. Is that right? 27th, yes. 27th, paid challenge begins. And then on the third week of that 21-day challenge, it's May something, we'll look at that, but we're going to have an opportunity, coach opportunity webinar. And here's the thing. As you're participating in your challenge groups, and again, we want you to know, understand these are free challenges, not necessarily one free challenge, okay? We started this the last time, and we made some tweaks already. So we had all y'all invite to the Super Abs Challenge. And remember how many people we had? 670 people signed up for that challenge, which I'm like, crazy. Never expected that much. I was like pie in the sky thinking 300. In my heart, I was shooting for 5, but then we hit 670, and it was like, oh my gosh. And then managing all those people and trying to decide whose is whose and following up, and did they post or did they not? Mess. So what we're deciding we're going to do in this free challenge, this is a side note real fast, is we're going to be having you create sort of your own events, okay, and your own invites, and then pair up with 2, 3, 4 maybe other coaches and make maximum size groups of 100, I would say tops, okay? And if you want to go smaller than that, that's great. Anything less than 10, though, I would say add other people to your group. Try to find somebody else to go with so you can do that. So that's free challenge, going to the value webinar, paid challenge, opportunity webinar, and then they become a coach, step number 5. Got it? Pretty clear, pretty straightforward. That doesn't abdicate you, just saying this, to practice the 3 vital behaviors any other time of the month. Just so y'all know. You can't just go, oh, if I don't invite people to the free challenge, then I guess I can't ever invite them to anything else, okay? You're always in that process of inviting, whether that's just forming a relationship, maybe it's to a paid challenge, maybe it's to a webinar, maybe there's all sorts of things that you can be inviting people to. Remember, folks, this is the problem I faced early on, is that I just didn't, and I think I've been somewhat successful because I solved a little bit of the problem, is I decided that I'm making challenges happen every month. So I had something to invite to. So I think coaches have that crazy notion. They see, okay, be a product of the product. Understand it. I get it. They see, oh, commit to personal development. Okay, I get it. Third, invite, and then they go, and they freeze up. So because the problem is they don't have anything to invite to. We're providing the framework for you in order to have challenges and stuff in webinars to invite people to, okay? This calendar that we're trying to set up is going to be a calendar that we'll try to keep consistent moving forward. We're going to have more access to it. We're considering the whole idea, again, we've talked about this before, about creating a Google Calendar that you could actually subscribe to and know about what's coming up. That's totally optional, and we'll have that as a potential resource for you. Okay, our main purpose for tonight, which is starting a new coach. All right, We've been in that spot. You've got the new coach. You sent them, whether you sign them up by just having them do the $40 sign-up fee because maybe they've done a coach, they've done a challenge pack before, so they're going to do the $40 sign-up fee. You send them that form in the back office. You can find that under your forms. It's a web form they fill out, and they can get their that coach fee refunded. We know that. Maybe you don't. So just if you need help with that, please check with your upline. And then the idea is either that or you've signed them up with a challenge pack. One of the two. Little tip, just so you know, and a way to get an extra couple Success Club points. Just not trying to cheat the system, but it is a way in order to get a couple of extra Success Club points. If you have a person who's already signed up with a challenge pack, maybe as a customer before, and the cool thing is you want to, hey, let's save them an extra, and the pricing works out pretty close that they're actually saving money depending on the program that they buy. You can then have them sign up as a coach maybe, and they go, hey, you know what? Maybe make a coach-only email for you, like a new email that's just for your coaching business. And when they do that and they sign up with a new email, you get 2 more Success Club points. Okay? Just throwing that to you as a way to maybe earn, and not trying to work away around system, but hey, you can earn a couple extra Success Club points, and it also is something where they've got so you can sign them up using the Coach mobile app, and then you get a couple more Success Club points. That's pretty cool. All right, so coach, you start them as a coach. You might want to, in the beginning, welcome them. So welcome them to the group. There's a way to do that. I would not recommend this. This is just my style. I would not recommend posting that they're a new coach on your own timeline or and then tagging them, because the whole idea is it's respectful of how they want to kind of reveal that they are a coach versus you going, hey, I've got a new person as coach, and then blast, and then suddenly they're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say to anybody yet. Oh, I'm not prepared, whatever. So I would not suggest announcing it necessarily on your own timeline, but you can introduce them to the group, add them to the Go Team Coach Club. That's great. And then just introduce them as a coach. That's awesome, and we'll certainly welcome them here. And then you can point them to the Quick Start Training. Got it? So this is going to be step number 2, Quick Start Training. I'm going to share a new screen so y'all can see. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I got to move some things. This goes here, and this goes down here. All right. We are in. Boy, I got to reduce a whole bunch of stuff here. 2 seconds. Very good. And we are in the Go Team. All right. Can you all see my new screen starting now? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you see it? Critical dates?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so everybody, this says, we've got this here, it says system. Now, unfortunately, it's behind the notifications. So it says system and scripts here, okay, which is going to be in the group description. So take a look here real fast. Critical dates. This gives you, this is our new banner that we're going to have for each month. Coach Opportunity Webinar is going to be Thursday, April 9th. We've got 5-day free challenges begin. Value Add Webinar, Challenge Pack offer on the 16th, and then Monday the 27th is the paid challenges begin. Then we'll move into May for later, which will be great, okay? I'm going to go down here into this, the description of the group, see more, okay? In this, welcome new coaches, start here. You get a new coach. Where are you going to send them? Welcome new coaches, start here. Duh. So yes, we're trying to be Mr. Obvious, simple and consistent. We are simple people. We want to tell you where to go. There's a Dropbox link. It will link you to something that looks like this. Business Quick Start. So this will give you kind of the layout. It's a form that's pretty straightforward. Coach ID, your coach websites, okay? Initially, you can, if you want to set them and make sure that they understand this, your coach ID, and where to find that, and then coach this deal, and your coach, beachbodycoach.com, their website, Shakeology.com, and myultimatereset.com. And understanding these, if the support team, that's great. Not super duper critical, guys. Not super duper critical at this moment. But the whole point that we do want to get them to is in steps 2 and in 3, we're going to actually, just so you know, we're creating our own Go Team version of this that's going to look a lot like this, but we'll have our team call in there as well as our process with the whole customers to coaches, just so you know that we're going to make that an additional page on this as well. We'll kind of stretch things out a little bit and make the style look similar, okay? Setting up your business, how to set up your profile and websites. There's a video there that's linked. That links them right to Beachbody's video. They do need to be logged into their Team Beachbody account, however, to make sure that they are able to access this. How to navigate the coach office, its website, it's a video. These are short videos. These are created by corporate. We don't need to be redundant and create something new where it's already clear and short, okay? Value of Team Beachbody Club. That's great. That kind of is going to give you the whole idea of the on-demand stuff, which is great. Talk you a little bit through that. Creating action plan, which is going to be action page number 2. Identify people to help. There's some PDFs that you can have in this as well. And then Coach Basic, okay. And this is where we're going to ask you for right now, you'll probably have to coach them on this. It says, ask your sponsor upline to join their Coach Basics group. This is what we're going to talk about in just a second. So this is a little bit different than this the starter guide is not going to be the same that they have. There's a different one that we're going to be putting together, and the coach training website is going to be different. So, but for now, we wanted to get something up there because we know some of you are chomping at the bit to get your coaches going, okay? 3 vital behaviors are over here. Second page of this real fast, coach action plan. Your success partner, kind of helping them connect with somebody, and we'll try to, and that can be following just a second. Be patient with me for a second. My why, and what we're going to do is have them kind of work a little bit through this themselves. But hold with me in a second. They can set some goals, idea. I want them to work through some of this. And the reason why we want them to work through some of this first is then when we get together and we go back to that quick, so you've done the quick start, and then you hit the GSR. Got it? I'm going to stop this share. Hold on one second. Go back over here. It is this. And share. Can see this, guys? Real good. GSR, which says get started right. That is something then you walk through with your coach. Here's the thing. As an upline coach, I am looking for people who are motivated. I'm looking for people who are looking to take next steps. I am not looking for people to babysit. Would you agree that that's a good thing? Would you guys agree? Because if we babysit somebody, are you on slide 9? Yes, I am on slide 9. Correct.
I think it's important too, Dan, that we understand what they're looking for, right? Because
Yep.
some people maybe some people want to just have discount. Maybe some people want to pay for the shake. Maybe some people want to go full time in X amount of time. And that's part of the GSR, the getting started right call or
Very
meeting
much.
to help people understand that, where are you at? What are you looking to get out of it so that we can give them the right training?
And that's where that goals is very specific, okay? And so what we want to be able to do, my why I became a Beachbody Coach, and your goals connecting to your why. So your why is, hey, you know what? I just want to get my Shakeology paid for. Great. Awesome. That's awesome. So let's take a look at what that might look like versus the person who says, I absolutely hate my job. I've got to get out of it in the next 6 months to a year. So that's a very different conversation for someone who just wants to pay Shakeology or someone who wants to go full-time in a year. So, and there's a pace that we have to kind of then take them through that's going to be different. Okay, that's a really good point, Jason. But what we want them to do is to sort of work through this a little bit on their own in the beginning, in order then our Because here's the last thing I want to do is take somebody through a GSR where they look at this sheet for the first time, and then they have to answer their why about a Beachbody coach in like 30 seconds. And that's just going to be non-productive time. So you're kind of have to, like, I want them to actually think about this stuff ahead of time. So that's why we want the GSR to be after they get the quick start material so they can see it. Again, not all of this is going to be clear, but we want them to be able to work through some of it on their own in order then the coach can then walk through them with that, or walk through it with them. And the idea then is they're able to take that information and then have questions based on what they see on this sheet. So people will have a ton of questions anyway, but if they've had a chance to actually maybe go through some of these trainings, some of these videos up here that we've talked about before, they'll be able to have maybe fewer questions about some of the tactical stuff, and then we can focus more in on their why, which I think is so critical in that first. And Jason, I sure would agree that we want to really zero in on that why with the GSR. Cool? All right. Next is going to be, real quick here, and we'll try to wrap this up, Course 101. Okay? So the 101 level course, we're going to be giving 2 options. Okay? There are some people that are definitely more individually motivated. They want to take stuff at their own pace. They want to dissect it. They want to read every last detail. They want to make sure that they've covered all, they've dotted all their I's, crossed all their T's. They know the system, and they know what we're trying to accomplish. And so what we've done for you is we're creating a training website. Jason's done a great deal of work on this, which is great. So bravo, sir. Golf applause. Golf applause. So Jason spent a good amount of time putting this together, which is great. And Stacy also helped out too as well. And the idea is that is a self-directed website. So then you can kind of progress through the website as you go, and there's questions and there's tips that that they'll ask you and cue you through the process of going through some start training. Okay, and we talked about it being about 14 days. Am I right, Jason? Is that sort of the range? Or am I right on that?
Yeah, I think so. And just back to the simplicity piece, right? If we look at it and decide that it might be better as 2 shorter chunks that people can pace on their own, it's just getting people to take action early on, right? To get them the tools in their hands and make it tolerable and digestible in tiny, delicious, bite-sized bits.
Bite-sized. It's like morsels of Shakeology. So that's great. So the idea is that it's the site. It's self-directed. You can do it on your own rate and time, and you can maybe it's like it depends on your life. You can do 3 days rock solid, kick it butt, and then 2 days you have to take completely off. I've got whatever, life happens or whatever. But there's another option for some of you who are a little bit more socially motivated. Okay, and what this is going to be is the same content. Okay, stretched out over 14 days with a group of people. And some people really need that support. And it's the same kind of thing, guys, just so you know, as you deal with Beachbody customers. And we all know this. Some people really engage well in groups, and they love it. They love challenge groups. They just, this is the best thing since sliced bread. So good. I love to be able to talk to people, love to be able to motivate, see their ideas and all that stuff. That's great. They love it. Other people go, I'm just so overwhelmed by it. I don't like it. It's just, I feel like it's a burden. I feel like it's extra time that it's not helpful to me. I'd rather do this on my own with maybe some occasional interactions with their coach. So that's what we're doing. We're appealing to both styles of people in this. So we're going to have the option A. And the cool thing about this, and Stacy and I just kind of settled on this because Stacy is going to help lead, particularly this Stacy and Sheila Beeler are going to lead this first, the 101 group, and then Jason's going to help kind of roll out with the website side of this. And what will happen is, particularly when it comes to the group, it's going to start, because this is meant, so sorry, am I right on this? Quick start. Oh, yes. So the start of the quick start, we're asking people to do it now. Okay? So the quick start would be now. We're asking people if they haven't done through quick start training. If you've never seen that document before, please look it over and actually fill those things out. Even if you're an Emerald coach, you've been doing this for a while, Diamond coach, whatever, look at that document and start to fill that out. So then when you're working with your coaches, you can come from an educated place that you've actually done it yourself. Now, again, like I said, there's going to be some modifications to it, but the general structure of it's going to be pretty much remain intact. Where we point a few people to at the end of it will be a little bit different, but it's not going to be enough, especially when it comes to all the why and the questions that they're asking in that. That's the bigger part of this that we want you to be able to walk people through. Okay? So that's that. And then if we start that this week, then by next Monday, our hope is to be able to take a first group through 101 and or the website to be able to do Coach Course 101, Coach Basics, the basic start of this. So the idea would be next Monday, we roll this out. So we mean business, guys. It's ready. It's time. If you're a new coach, this is the time to be in on this. And we need your feedback. Some people may go, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. Some people may go, hey, I've got some tweaks. This would be great. Some may say, hey, Dan, you're insane. Why are you thinking this is the dumbest idea ever? Hopefully not. But the idea is we want you to engage in this stuff, to actively do it. Okay? So engaging in that start process. If you are a coach who has coaches, please, and they're not on this call, please make them aware of this resource. Okay? That's your job. If they choose to take to take advantage of it, it's great. If they don't, that's great too. But at least you made them aware that this is here. This is part of the process. Okay? So then we go. So we got quick start this week. A GSR should probably happen at some point in the next week or so with your upline coach. If you've never had a GSR before, or you don't know if your upline coach is able to provide that kind of service, please contact one of us and we'll try to make it a situation where we can take you through that, because we really do want you to be successful. Okay? So Coach 101. Then, as you can see in the process here, we've got courses 201 and 301. And then there's ultimately going to be a 401 down the road as you guys really become rock stars and this team dominates the planet of Beachbody. But what will happen is those are going to develop over time. So basically, this course 101 is getting people their feet wet in coaching and really trying to get them to be active and to start building these teams using our customer process. Okay? And then we'll move into the 201 stuff and 301, helping people get to Emerald, eventually to Diamond, and then Star Diamond beyond that. Okay? As ranks go. And all the things that kind of come along with it. Jason, you got anything?
Yeah, I think that's a really key point, Dan, that the course, especially 101, it's about taking action. So I didn't want to leave the impression here that it's a case of taking 14 days and reading stuff.
Oh, gosh, yes.
A short exercise, a short thing to read, now go apply it.
Yeah.
And then learn from that and come back and we'll talk about it. And then the next day you take the next step.
So check this out. Check this out, guys. So this is a reason why we're going to start these, and we'll start these Coach Basics groups. I don't know if we'll call it the 101. We're going to start those we're going to start it 1 week prior to the beginning of every free challenge we have. Check out why. So you start that coach training, which ramps up to the free challenge. What do you think that does? That gets people immediately practically inviting as part of the process, right? So immediately they are actually engaging. So it's not just this kind of clinical study of what coaching could be. It's like, hey guys, these are the things you need to learn. Apply it now in your inviting process to this free challenge, which is part of our process. Bam. And then we take people. So, oh man, I'm just so excited because it's applied knowledge, guys. Applied knowledge makes all the difference. If it's knowledge in a vacuum and you're listening to personal development and you don't apply it, then you just get frustrated. You're like, oh man, I wish I'd actually apply some of the stuff I'm learning. And then you sort of get less demotivated. Okay? So we've got that. That sort of works out the system. Does anybody have any specific questions, guys, as to how this rolls? I know there's going to be some as you engage with it, but again, the quick review, if you do have a new coach or you are a coach who's never seen the coach, the coach basics, not coach basics, coach quick start guide, you need to download that from the top of the group in the description of the Go Team Coach Club, and you can find that there. And that's how you're going to start this whole process. We set up a GSR in the next week or so. Next Monday, and we'll start talking about this in the group this week, we're starting that course 101. All right? Any other questions, guys?
I would just encourage everybody to ask questions, right? I know I've had some feedback as we're going in to get the training set up and get things started, but it really is all of our training. It's our team together. So if you feel like you're not getting something, don't feel that it's like your fault and you should just keep it to yourself and be frustrated. We want to know, because that probably means that there's a gap of some kind that we need to address in the training and something we need to get fixed.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Over time, what's going to happen as this team develops, we're going to ask you guys to step into leadership, okay? Because the team is going to get big enough that we're going to need people to be able to train at these levels. So we won't be just having one one-on-one group launching because it'll be too big. There'll be too many new coaches doing this. So we're going to have several of you running these coach one-on-one groups. And then eventually we'll be having more 201 groups because there'll be more one-on-one people going through the 2, right? And it just keeps piling up. And then so that just expands the leadership base of all of us really helping train our people and spreads it out. And here's the cool thing about this and why we want to equip you in this way. Our commitment is to you is that if you can do part of the process, we will help you do the other parts, which I think is amazingly cool. So if I'm trusting in Jason, that I know he's going to be able to train people well, is to have him train with, I'll get to your question in just a second, Claire. But if I know Jason's helping train the one-on-one people well, okay, and helping them make that process, and then I'm running a 201 class, I know I'm going to be getting people who are ready and prepared to do 201. And then if I'm teaching 201, then whoever might be teaching 301, we just kind of moves forward, and then we're all helping people be part of the process. That's a good question. So Claire, when we put a coach in 101, should we be in there too with them? The first time you go through this, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody needs to go through this. Everyone should go through this training. Okay? And the reason being is that we want everybody to know what people are going through. Now, realistically speaking, if you have a person every time going through, I would check in with them, definitely. But I don't think you maybe have to do be an active participant every time like it's your first time going through. But I think you should definitely be aware of what they're learning, and especially if things start changing a bit in the groups, if there's a change to the method or something like that, that would be really great to know. And the cool thing about that is that because the website and the group will be consistent, okay, so you could actually go in and sort of check what's new in the website and then to be able to understand what's going new in the group, which is pretty cool. Again, in a perfect world, so we're going to try to keep it all pretty much straight as much as we can. All right. Any other questions? Guys, you're awesome. This is the Go Team, and we're going to get it done this year. Next week, just so you guys know, we'll be having our host, Jason Schubring, Shooby-Dooby-Doo, and also Stacy Reed. They're going to be hosting, guys, about questions and really just asking the right questions. Now, we did say this last week that we're going to do this, but we're so committed to keeping the process going. We wanted to make sure we nailed getting out this coach training ahead of this. So that's why you see this slide from last week. It is actually going to be this next week, though. We're going to cover questions, which is going to be great. Asking great questions, which will help you prevent some objections that sometimes you maybe get from customers, and also asking great questions as you are helping people process maybe into becoming a coach. Like, hey, are you, so you're happy with your job, or hey, like, how often do you go on vacation? Like, what do you do? Oh, yeah. Maybe they would like some help with that, and we can offer that kind of help. Okay, guys, we are the Go Team, and our next call is next Monday. April, what? How did we get to April? This is crazy. So April is next, and we are here to help you succeed. Thank you again for listening. Thanks, guys. Good work. We'll see you.